We've seen one length irons becoming really popular over the last 5 years, but what about one length lob wedges? And what about one length 3 irons?
Let's find out.
We're here at Manning's Heath on the Kingfisher course to test an assortment of one length clubs. First up, off the tee. Right, so we've got Nick here, Cobra's everyday golfer, and you've actually got a one length hybrid in the bag.
Yeah, so this is an Aerojet, one length, 4 hybrids, 21 degree. Easily my favourite club in the bag.
How long have you had it in the bag for? So just for this year?
Yeah, so the Aerojet I've had just for a year, but I had the previous model in there for the last 2.
So is it your fairway finder?
Yeah, 100%, yeah.
Show me. Strike. So one thing that a lot of people have said, myself included, about one length clubs is that they're good, but they're not perfect. And actually my main problem I had with the likes of Nick's hybrid, this 3 iron as well, is that they launch quite low. But if we're actually having a look at those numbers, if I just grab my phone there, so Nick absolutely pured that with 1.49 smash. But having a look at here, launch angle of 10.3, which is pretty optimal. Do you find that that launch is too low?
No, it's absolutely fine for me. I mean, you know, I can put it in and hit it lower,
yeah.
Just put it off the back foot, but generally it launches as a normal hybrid that I've hit before.
Okay, just for an interesting test, because that's what we said, off the tee, we've got a hybrid, but we've also got this, a 3 iron with about, I think, 19 degrees of loft. I'm gonna hit this because if you guys haven't watched my last video that I did on one length about a year ago when I had the Cobra Forge Tech one length, I liked them, but my 4 iron had a launch angle of about 7 degrees. For people who don't know what that means, it's not holding a green at all, which is a big problem. Looking at PGA Tour players, they want their shorter irons to actually be lower lofted in terms of its launch angle and spin more. They want their 4 iron, 5 iron to be high and stop on the green from 250 yards. This is where this encounters a bit of a problem. I haven't warmed up.
Yeah, shot.
Slightly right. And tell you what, that actually was a decent enough launch angle. For a 3 iron, it's okay. Launch angle at 7.1.
Ouch.
It's not bad, guys, but think of this. If I scroll up there, that's had about 30 yards of roll. It's gone 250 yards. Those numbers overall are quite good, but the consistency of the launch angle with the 3 iron is a bit of a problem, which is why if I'm looking at these funky clubs, I'd side with Nick hitting a hybrid rather than a 3 iron. This could go a little bit further than yours, no offense, but yours launches a little bit higher. Would you use that on par 5s and 2?
Yeah, 100%, you know, off the tee, but also out the rough. Anything I've got longer in, yeah, I'd use that.
Hit one for me without a tee. So it looks like you're kind of striking it like a 7 iron as well, right? Would you say that?
Yeah, I mean, ball position, you know, I do have it slightly further back than I would have because it's a shorter club. And yeah, you know, for me, you just got to hit a little bit down on it.
Yeah.
And, you know, it comes out lovely.
When Bryson got fitted for his one lengths, what he was really annoyed about is subconsciously from, I think it's 4 iron to pitching wedge, he still had different club head speeds. Nick's pretty consistent right now with about 95 to 96 club head speed for that hybrid. I reckon for a 7 iron, it would drop down actually to about 92, despite it being the same length. And this is the one weird thing with one length. You want it to be the exact same club head speed, essentially the exact same ball speed. It doesn't really do that. If I just hit one off the fairway, because 3 irons are a bit funky, right? I think they're quite a taboo club. Would you ever have a 3 iron in your bag?
No, probably not.
No, right? Why? They're scary, right?
Yeah, they're hard to hit.
Yeah, and this is still quite scary. Looking down at it, it's fine, but the one thing I will say is it's so weird, like looking down at this, because when I'm seeing this loft, I don't want to set it up in the middle of my stance. I want to set it up right by my left foot, have an angle of attack of like 3 up or something. So I'm going to warn you guys, I don't know how this is going to go, hitting it without a tee, because I'm going to have to put this, I reckon like 7 irons angle of attack, like 4 or 5 down. Oh God.
I mean,
I hit it well. It's just miles right. And that's one thing. One length, guys, it works for some people. And when I had the Cobra Forge Tech one length, it did work for me from about 7 to pitching wedge. 4, 5, 6. are still in my nightmares. I still cry most nights thinking about them. Nick's done all right with it though.
I'm good.
So for certain people, it works well. You can see there, those numbers are actually quite good with 5,000 spin, 102 club head speed. I'm a big fan of that. So these clubs, in essence, they do work, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. There are some clubs though, from One Length, and I'll be honest, just flat out don't. And we're gonna have a look now up by the green. So we're now about 50, 60 yards away, and we've got a downright ridiculous club. At least I think so. One Length, I don't think should go to a lob wedge, and that's what we've got. 60 degrees of loft, a Cobra snake bite. Got Nick first. Nick, you're not very tall.
No, definitely not.
and that is a 7-iron. How does it feel? Because I'll be honest, it looks stupid.
I mean, you know, setting up to it, it's not too bad. You know, it's 7-iron length, so it doesn't feel unnaturally long, but it's just a little bit weird to look down at.
For something like this, do you have feel? Well, I mean, show me.
Yeah, maybe come down an inch on it and have a,
an inch?
Have a go at it.
It's quite nice. Oh, okay.
That came off nice.
Thump. My one worry with these type of clubs, when you go into the short game, is how the bounce is going to like perform. Because obviously a 7-iron's bounce is so different. I don't know, look, I think I'm probably gonna hit a stinker because in case you guys don't know already, I'm not really for this. I think with stuff that is like short game, there should be a lot of feel involved with it as well as technology. I think by gripping down nearly on the shaft of the club, it kind of takes that away. Rubbish. Is that in a bunker? Was that good?
No. Okay.
I mean, it's all right, but I would struggle. I'm not very good, so I think that's the main problem here. But I'd struggle with the strike of this consistently. I'll hit one more, because I want to try and get some feel with this one. Like, I want a really short club. I want to bend my knees and spin it. Oh.
Just coming out a bit low, isn't it?
Yeah, that's really low for a lob wedge. Come round. I don't think. Would you ever put this in the bag?
I mean, you know, compare it to my normal length snake bite 60, probably no.
Probably not.
But you know, I'm not too
disheartened by it
against
like
it.
I am. Yeah. Ah, straight in the sand. Oh, it's short of it.
Maybe it's not.
I mean, the thing is, I think our dispersion with our hybrids and 3-irons, they were actually better than those ones. I don't like it here. I think bunkers is where it really, really goes wrong. Short-sided, no sand, 7-iron in hand. This isn't ideal, right?
No, not ideal.
I think this is, and I know I've been quite mean about this club, but I think this is the exact opposite. I would rather have a club with the length of like a putter than something that's a 7-iron to really use the bounce of the club, open the face up.
I get what you mean, but at the same time, I quite like the length of it when you try and hit maybe like a little short, you know, pitch and run.
So when you have green to work with?
Yeah, when you've got green to work with, you know, you're putting it back in your stance, you've got a little bit more leverage.
Right.
And just get it running through.
Almost like rocking the shoulders, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but not for this one.
Yeah, let's have a little go. And see how we do.
I mean, have a go. Thing is, Bryson did use and does still use 1 length wedges, which I think makes his 58 and 61 a lot more impressive. Oh.
You know what? I think it's all right.
I think it's quite good actually.
Yeah.
How did you thump the turf so well?
All right, let's try again and see if we just got an odd one.
That's a good one as well.
Yeah, cuts through fine.
I think
you have a go.
Maybe for someone who struggles with short game, let's prove the doubters wrong.
Yeah, that's not a good one.
So it's out. That came off like there. The bad thing is I've actually been working my bunkers spray quite a lot recently, and I'm quite confident with it. That's better.
Yeah.
Better, but I haven't hit the green. It can take me about 25 minutes to go get those 2 balls. But perhaps this is actually for you.
Yeah.
I don't think these clubs are for everyone, but you can see there are for some people. I like the irons, but for some reason for the wedges, they're not really for me. But perhaps the 3-iron and the hybrid. What would your favourite 1 length club be? You've tried the wedges, I know you've tried the irons before. Is it still the hybrid?
Yeah, it's still got to be the hybrid. I mean, that 3-iron is probably pretty similar.
Yeah.
But for me, just for use like around the course, it's got to be that hybrid.
Would you put this thing in the bag?
You know what? Maybe one of them. Maybe one wedge a little bit longer.
Would it be a 60 or like a 52?
No, I'd probably go 52.
I think I could understand a 52 because you're not hitting that out of the sand or anything, are you? It's more from 50 yards or so. I'll be interested to hear your guys' thoughts about these weird and wacky one length clubs. There's so much about irons, but things like utility irons, hybrids, wedges, there's a lot about. So let me know down in the comments, myself, Nick, and these weird one length clubs. We'll catch you at the next video.